Hey y'all, what's up? Another story time. This one is I was about 21, 22 years old. This is all about another spiritual encounter that I had with God. Um, this time, at 21, I went through the rebellious phase all the way from 13 up until this point, even though I got saved at 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. I was pregnant at 17, had my baby at 18, left the house, did all of that stuff, and ended up coming back. But by this point at 21, I was really locked into the Lord, and I wanted nothing to do with anything but Him. And I had made a little space in my parents' living room with a blanket, and I called that my prayer area. I had a Bible, concordance, a notebook, all of that stuff be laid out on the floor in the living room. And we had this big picture window in the living room, those big 70s home picture windows where it's like, I guess it was like 9 panes of windows in there. The whole living room was a big window, okay? So my little setup was right in front of that window. And one night, I remember falling asleep on the couch in the living room, and I knew it was a full moon because when I fell asleep, the moon was shining into the living room. So when I fell asleep, I woke up and I felt this weight on me, like the presence of the Lord had came and pulled up again. And it was to the point where the weight was so heavy that I felt like I was asleep, but I was awake, and it was the exact same situation going on. So I was in the living room, I was laying on the couch, then I got up, but I was pressed to the floor because the word says every knee must bow, every tongue must confess. So the presence of the Lord was so strong, I had no choice but to be pressed to the floor, like in a fetal position and in total worship and in awe of Him. And then after that, I looked up, like I'm in this position, but I looked up and I was snatched out of the window into the sky. And I was in that space shuttle, the big black and white one, the one back then. I don't know if it still looked the same. Maybe when I edit this video, I'll put like the little picture of it so you'll see what I'm talking about. But I was in that, and I was looking back down at the earth, and then I woke up. I'm like, what just happened? But I realized that at that time in my life, I was so locked into the Lord that He had to show me things that I never thought I experienced. And since then, He showed me more things too. So I guess I'm just going to do a little series of story times with my spiritual encounters, okay? So that's that one. I got caught up in the space shuttle looking down at the earth. The Lord pressed me with His Spirit. You can see Jesus, but that word is true when it says nobody can look at the face of God and live. So you can see Jesus. Jesus came back to the disciples after He died and rose again. People saw Him. People still have encounters with Jesus where they still see Him. But the Lord, the Father, the Heavenly Father, is a different story. And it's very, very few people that I've seen testimonies about that have seen Him or been in His presence and just like, we're still here. So, But yeah, stay locked in with me. I have more story times and spiritual encounters to share. So I love y'all. Peace.